Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. The Golden State Warriors played against the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 2. Going into that game, we got the unfortunate news that Stephen Curry was not only going to be available for Game 2, but we also discovered that he's not going to be available for an entire week, which meant that the Golden State Warriors needed to find a way to stay afloat, and they were going to rely heavily on Draymond Green. And even though Stephen Curry is the greatest Warrior probably ever, there's no question about it that Draymond Green is the loudest Golden State Warrior in the history of that organization. No one talks as much trash as Draymond Green. And I've noticed, and I mentioned it on the channel last night, that whenever their games, when Steph is not playing, Draymond always finds a way to get himself ejected or starts throwing some type of doing antics or all kind of crazy stuff, right? So going into that game, Stephen Curry did not play. And one would have thought Draymond Green would step up because I think in the previous round he had a very big game. Was against the Rockets. I forgot how many. I think he had like 5 threes or something like that. He had a very big game. Although Draymond is not known to score the ball whatsoever. So in this game, I was expecting Draymond Green, to step up. Step up. You talk that talk. Let's see you walk the walk. And in 30 minutes, Draymond Green had a whopping 9 points, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 4 rebounds, 16% shooting from the 3-point line, and 30% shooting from the field. In the opening tip in the game, I think in the first quarter, Draymond Green got a technical foul or flagrant foul for, once again, cheap shotting another NBA player. In this case, he cheap shotted the guy that comes off the bench, Naz Reid. Cheap shotted him, and the referees began to mull over the play, and then at the end of it, they gave him the flagrant foul. Draymond stands up and starts screaming, "This is BS. This is BS. This is BS." He gets in the referee's face, all of this stuff. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, yo, how long is this going to go on? How long is this going to go on? Then I wake up this morning and apparently there was a video of Draymond Green storming out of the post-game interview because he was saying that, "I'm tired of being painted as this angry black man. I'm tired of being depicted as this angry black man, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm a successful, rich, whatever black man, and I'm tired of being painted like this." And I'm sitting there listening to him. I'm like, what is he even talking about? So what we want to do now is we're going to play exactly what Draymond Green has said that I just mentioned, and then we're going to come back and really get into the meat and potatoes of today's show. Take a listen to Draymond Green here.
While Green was on a stationary bike in the tunnel near the Warriors bench, he got into a back and forth with a fan. That fan was ejected for directing a racial slur at Draymond Green. Afterwards, Draymond gave a quick statement to reporters.
Look like the angry black man. I'm not an angry black man. I'm a very successful, educated black man with a great family. And I'm great at basketball. I'm great at what I do. The agenda to try to keep making me look like an angry black man is crazy. I'm sick of it. It's ridiculous.
So you heard what Draymond had to say. What is Draymond Green talking about? What exactly is Draymond Green even talking about? I believe, now, according to reports, Draymond Green, somebody said something to him, I think while he was on the bike, some kind of slur, maybe that pertained to an angry black man. I don't know what it was. Nobody heard it. I don't know what it is. So people believe that that's what he's alluding to. And I woke up this morning, I'm watching ESPN and get up and I see Michael Wilbon trying to make excuses for him. And then this guy's making excuses for him and the black man and being an American and all of this. And I'm sitting here listening to this. I'm like, are we actually turning Draymond Green into the victim here? Are we actually turning Draymond Green into the victim here? And let's just stop the nonsense for one good second, please. When we talk about the black men that get victimized in the world, we're not talking about NBA players. Those are not the black men we're talking about. We're not talking about NBA players that have influence, that have millions of dollars, and know people that can get away with things that the average black man can. We're not talking about NBA players. Please, let's stop the nonsense. You saw the video of Tyreek Hill when he got pulled over by the police officer. And he was arguing with them. A normal black man could not walk away from such a situation. We're not talking about these dudes. We're talking about those that are disenfranchised, that don't have the money to afford the expensive lawyers, that don't have the connections. They don't have all the access to some of the greater things. Those are the ones we're talking about. We're not talking about Draymond Green and the likes of Draymond Green. Now, is it possible that people at their level are discriminated against? Absolutely. But are we being serious? Those are the people we're talking about? When we're talking about angry black men and the stuff are we even being serious right now? The NBA players are living a bubble. They were complaining about the fact that they had to stay in the Orlando bubble during the COVID and all of that. I'm living here. It's not my normal complaining about that. Those are the people we're talking about. Are we kidding? Who are we kidding here? Who are we absolutely kidding? What are we talking about? So for Draymond or people like that trying to make the excuse for him, all, Draymond is, what are you talking about? Number one. Number two, the reason Draymond Green got so triggered is because he knows that what these people are saying, there's a modicum of truth to it. Why would you get upset over something you know it ain't true? Draymond Green acts like a damn fool when he plays on the basketball court. Most of the time, he is not even playing basketball. He's playing hockey or football. He's acting like as if he's not always in the wrong when he is always in the wrong. Always. When it comes to his dirty plays. How many moments do we got to pull up? Kicking dudes in their private parts, smacking dudes across the face, choking Rudy Gobert, doing one sucker move after the other. And the part that kills me about what Draymond does is after he pulls off his dirty play, in the same instant, he acts like as if he doesn't know what he's doing. If you're going to be as dirty as you are, at least stand up and say, I did it. I did it. Don't act like I'm shocked that I just smacked this dude in the face. When he hit, not Zaza Pachulia, the guy, Yusuf Nurkic, when he did that karate chop on him, is that them trying to turn you into an angry black man, the image of an angry? Draymond acts like sometimes he don't know what he's doing. He be on the court hollering and screaming and doing all kind of crazy stuff. We really going to make an excuse for him? For him? We going to make Draymond Green a poster child of what black men are going through in America? Are you even serious? Is Draymond Green? That's who you dudes want to run behind and try to save? I'm just surprised that all these people are covering for him. Like as if Draymond is some saint. Like he's just going out there and playing normal basketball. Like he's not one of the dirtiest players we've had in the NBA in the last 20 years. What are y'all even talking about? We put up a poll about it 4 hours ago on the channel. 2,000 people voted. We asked them thoughts on Draymond Green saying the media paints him as an angry black man. Out of the 2,000 voters, 90% say I get what he's saying. 75% say I don't see his point. 6% said I'm not even sure. One guy said maybe if you stop doing stupid stuff. Let me see. And it's a black man, by the way, that wrote this one. One guy said maybe if you stop doing stupid stuff on the court, maybe people won't think of you like that and take accountability for your actions. Stop crying because you're the one putting yourself in these situations. Bingo. Bingo. That was said by a black dude, and I concur. There are a lot of black men that go through it in the States. Draymond Green ain't one of them. These are So there's some video that went viral yesterday or today that was centered on some comments that Draymond Green made at the end of that Golden State Warriors blowout where he scored 9 points on 30% shooting from the field, 16.7% shooting from the three-point line. Absolutely did nothing out there. And in the first quarter, once again, he cheap shot at another player and acted like as if he didn't know what happened. And when he got called for a flagrant foul, he starts running and acting a damn fool all over the court, doing something that no other NBA player gets away with. They give him the longest leash in the NBA, but somehow Draymond Green is being targeted. Help me figure it out. It's not the things that Draymond Green is doing. It's people that are going after Draymond Green. Unbelievable. Such a mature standpoint to take on this issue. So Draymond Green goes out there and basically says, apparently somebody said a racial slur to him, and he goes out there and goes on this mini rant of how, he's tired of being painted as the angry black man. As to me, just reach now they're after the angry black man. For those of you who didn't hear what Draymond had to say, I want to play that for you now, and I'm going to continue on with the show. Take a listen to Draymond Green here.
While Green was on a stationary bike in the tunnel near the Warriors bench, he got into a back and forth with a fan. That fan was ejected for directing a racial slur at Draymond Green. Afterwards, Draymond gave a quick statement to reporters.
Look like the angry black man. I'm not an angry black man. I'm a very successful, educated black man with a great family. And I'm great at basketball. I'm great at what I do. The agenda to try to keep making me look like an angry black man is crazy. I'm sick of it. It's ridiculous.
Fantastic. So you heard what Draymond said. So this morning I came across a segment of Get Up, and Brian Windhorst was on there. And Brian Windhorst was discussing this very incident. And thank God that Brian Windhorst seemed to be the only person on that stage that had the chutzpah to call out Draymond Green's ridiculous antics. So what we want to do now is going to play what Brian Windhorst had to say about Draymond Green's ridiculous antics, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to his comments here.
All right, so he's not happy about the foul. There was also this last night, a Warriors official confirming a fan was ejected for directing a racial slur at Green while he was on a stationary bike near the Warriors bench in the fourth quarter. To talk about it, senior NBA writer Brian Windhorst joining us. Brian, what do you make of the timing of Draymond's on-court actions in Game 2 last night, especially with Steph Curry on the sidelines?
Yeah, I'm going to focus on the on-court stuff because obviously he was very upset, potentially involved in that interaction with the fan. On the court, however, he's played 9 playoff games. This is now 5 technical fouls and 2 flagrants. And considering that Steph Curry is out, the timing for this is just not allowable by the Warriors. And Steve Kerr defended him after the game like he always defends him. But it was called a dead ball technical. That could have been deemed a flagrant foul had it happened during live play. And 7 technicals and you get suspended. The Warriors are scrapping and clawing, trying to figure it out. Draymond potentially facing a suspension is completely not acceptable, and everybody knows this. Their biggest issue, though, beyond that, is their offense. When Steph Curry has been on the court in the playoffs, they've scored 116 points per 100 possessions. That's very good. When he's been off the court, it plummets to 93. That's not survivable. They're going to have to figure out a way to get some scoring. It gets even worse, by the way, when Jimmy Butler goes out. It drops even more. So somebody's going to have to come up with some big scoring as the series shifts back to San Francisco, because the mission here, figure out a way to get one victory in these next 3 games, get it to Game 6, and maybe Steph could come back.
Fantastic. You heard what he had to say. Here are my thoughts. Look, Draymond Green is not serious. I said it on a previous show. Obviously, it depends on the order in which you're seeing these shows. Draymond Green is absolutely not serious. He is 100% not serious. There are literally highlight reels out there of Draymond Green's dirty plays on players. You could go through the internet and search for videos of Draymond Green berating officials, unlike any player in the NBA. Losing his temper. Was it me? Was it you? Or was it Draymond that snuffed his teammate? Who did it? Wasn't his son that did it? So Draymond, you have a history for actions that you have taken, but now you want to turn it into you tired of the media, turning you into the angry black man. Everybody in the media sits up there and twerks it up for you, even though they know you're always 100% in the wrong. Stephen A. Smith does it. Michael Wilbon did it this morning. Everybody does. But somehow, some way, Draymond Green is trying to turn himself into the poster child for victimhood of black men in America. Because when we think of the black men that go through unfair treatment, we think of Draymond Green. The Draymond Green that you can see partying and walking around Monte Carlo or Monaco with LeBron James. That Draymond Green, because he represents the prototypical black man in the United States, right? That's the dude y'all want to turn into the image of black men being treated unfair. Is Draymond Green you want to turn? Because every black man is in Draymond Green's position, correct? Am I lost here? Every black man is sitting there making tens of millions of dollars every year and then throwing it away every single year due to actions that he takes, right? When we think about injustice, we think of Draymond Green. Who are we kidding here? Name a situation that Draymond Green has been in a part of in terms of him getting flagrant fouls or dirty play that he didn't play a direct role in. And the part that annoys me is that this is like he's trying to absolve himself from responsibility. Like as if we don't have footage of him out there acting like a damn madman half the time. Screaming at people. Videos, screaming at your teammates, screaming at referees, screaming at the crowd. You saw what happened in Memphis that game in the playoffs. Just going on. Who else behaves like this? Who else? So Draymond, let me ask you, what about all the other black players in the NBA that don't behave like you? They're not targeting, they're not the angry black man too, huh? What about all the other NBA players in the NBA that don't behave like you. Are they not black men? So why are people not saying that about them? Oh, I don't know. I didn't think it through. I didn't think it through. No. Look, there are moments to point out racial injustice, but this ain't one of them. And certainly not from this dude. Certainly not from him. Let's be for real. Let us be for real for one moment. I never took Draymond Green seriously. I think he's a dirty player. I think Draymond is a dirty ass player. If you have multiple incidents of you kicking men in their private parts, you're a dirty player, my dude. If you got multiple videos of you smacking dudes across the face, that ain't basketball. You're dirty. You're a dirty player, period. Let's stop the nonsense and try to turn Draymond Green into some kind of victim. Victim. Oh, Draymond, poor Draymond. They're after Draymond. Man, stop that nonsense. And that's just before producing this show, somebody sent me this comment saying, "You're the black Skip Bayless." And I told him, I said, it's better than being the black Nick Wright. I haven't seen his response yet. It is better than being the black Nick Wright. To be up there twerking it up, pouring honey all over each other, hollering, screaming, just acting a damn fool for one LeBron James. Now, yesterday we did a live that was reacting to a story that was published by dailymail.uk, basically showing images of LeBron partying until 4 a.m. in the morning with his friends after the Lakers got eliminated, right? So we talked about, I'm like, I thought someone was injured, right? We did that. Some people reacted to it. People like Skip Bayless went out there and said they didn't believe the injury story. You have that as well. So apparently LeBron did a sit down with his co-host on the podcast Mind the Game. And while they were talking about that, typical LeBron is up there, just out there trying to plant more narratives. And he's up there basically talking about, it shouldn't be a surprise that we lost. I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise because the fact of the matter is we didn't have a good enough team, which ties into the oldest narrative that LeBron has tried to push throughout his career and his supporters try to push, which is LeBron James doesn't have enough help. LeBron never has enough help. Now he didn't have enough help. And essentially, this is the story that LeBron was trying to paint for why he didn't lose, why he lost, and why he's 100% at peace with it. As I'm listening to this dude, I'm like, this dude is just up there crying about the fact that he doesn't have enough help and realizes that he will never catch Michael Jordan. So what we want to do is play what this guy had to say here, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to LeBron's comments there.
The superstar duo LeDoncic wasn't enough as the Lakers were bounced from this year's playoffs in an early first-round exit. 4-1 series loss to Minnesota. Luka averaged 30.2 points per game, while LeBron averaged 25.4 a game. However, James made it clear on the Mind the Game podcast that the duo can't do it all by themselves. Take a listen.
I've definitely learned over the years that teams win championships. Mm-hmm. And, it's never, always. Teams always win championships. And yes, individuals get a lot of the accolades and the praise, but a collective group, wins championships. Now, you have your big guys that make big plays at the end of games, throughout the game, or whatever the case may be. But ultimately, teams win championships, and I understand that. And it's never just about me and Luka. It was never just about, Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle. It was always Minnesota versus the Lakers. And I understand that. And I am at a point in my career now where I don't lose sleep over that. Like, how did me and Luka lose? No. Well, yeah. There's 8 other guys on the floor. Yeah.
So you heard what LeBron James had to say. What are my thoughts on this? I don't think we should be taking this seriously. And to me, it just sounds like a bunch of excuses. You're now telling me you don't have enough help, even till today? You're still saying you don't have enough help? Folks, let's break it down to the ground. I want to just quickly illustrate to you guys just how much help LeBron has had throughout the duration of his career, juxtaposed to Michael Jordan, and just think about the fact that this guy is still chasing Jordan. Out of all of Michael Jordan's teammates that were ever all-star players, the cumulative all-star appearances of all of the players that Michael Jordan called teammates, their cumulative all-star appearances is 10. 10. 10. Do you know the cumulative all-star appearances that that LeBron has played with in terms of the talent level throughout the course of his career? About 140. Now, what that is doing is illustrating the disproportionate amount of talent, or rather, let's use the word help, LeBron has had throughout the course of his career versus that of Michael Jordan. LeBron fans like to say, oh, you only act like Michael Jordan's career started in 1991. We're like, no, his career started much earlier. As if to say, well, Jordan was losing all those years. But yeah, but there's a fundamental wrinkle. And the fundamental wrinkle is the following. For the first 6 years of Michael Jordan's career, he didn't play with a single all-star teammate. A single all-star teammate. In the first year he played with an all-star, he won 3 championships in a row. Are you also aware that Michael Jordan has only lost 1 playoff series? I'll repeat it. 1 playoff series when he had at least 1 all-star teammate? Can LeBron say the same? Go back and think of some of Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls teammates. How many of them do you even remember? And how many of them come to your mind when you're talking about top 75 guys? 2. Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen. The rest of them are just role players. Horace Grant, he was an all-star, but he ain't no Hall of Famer, at least last time I checked. Tony Kukoc, Bill Cartwright, Ron Harper. These are excellent players, role players. Should we start listing some of the people LeBron has played with? Just the all-star, the top of the shelf? Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, Ray Allen. At one point in time, he even played with Derrick Rose, but we're not going to include him because he was basically hurt. Derrick Rose, fine, we'll remove him. Rajon Rondo, Shaq, Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic. Who else is left? Who else is left? And out of all of that, your excuse is we didn't have enough help? That's the excuse? We didn't have it's just more and more excuses. It's like, here guys, here's the reason I can't catch Jordan. When the fact of the matter is, not only have you had more help than Michael Jordan, you have had more time than Jordan to catch him. LeBron is going on 22 years, sitting on 4 championships. 22 years, sitting on 4. Jordan had 6 in 15, and he had 6 in 12 playing as a Chicago Bull in 12 full seasons. 12 full seasons. So 50% of the time Michael Jordan was a Chicago Bull, he was winning championships. 50% of the time. It's just crazy stuff. Just more, and his supporters get upset when I point it out. They get upset. Even some well-known content creators who I don't take seriously, like Winnie the Pooh. I don't take Winnie the Pooh seriously. I saw one of his reels recommended to me, and he has LeBron as the number 2 player of all time. I can't take you seriously. I just can't, because I know you needed to do a lot of twerking to get to that conclusion. A lot of omissions needed to take place. A lot of losing needed to be discounted. A lot of failures and moments of just absolutely having mental breakdowns must have been excluded in the process as you arriving at that conclusion. I know that. So I just can't take these people seriously. They don't factor in losing. They don't. But then want to holler about the fact, oh, well, he won 4 championships. You care about winning? I'm confused. You care about winning? Oh, well, LeBron is better than Kobe, but Kobe has more championships. But KD's better than LeBron, but LeBron has more championships. Honey overload. We just recently produced a show where we were reacting to some comments that LeBron James made on Mind the Game podcast, where he was essentially giving excuses as to why he didn't advance further in the NBA playoffs, where he was essentially saying that he didn't have enough help once again. So for those of you who didn't hear those comments, I want to play for you now. I'm going to come back and continue on the show.
The superstar duo LeDoncic wasn't enough as the Lakers were bounced from this year's playoffs in an early first-round exit. 4-1 series loss to Minnesota. Luka averaged 30.2 points per game, while LeBron averaged 25.4 a game. However, James made it clear on the Mind the Game podcast that the duo can't do it all by themselves. Take a listen.
I've definitely learned over the years that teams win championships, and it's never always teams always win championships. And yes, individuals get a lot of the accolades and the praise, but a collective group, wins championships. Now, you have your big guys that make big plays at the end of games, throughout the game, or whatever the case may be, but ultimately, teams win championships, and I understand that. And it's never just about me and Luka. It was never just about, Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle. It was always Minnesota versus the Lakers. And I understand that. And I am at a point in my career now where I don't lose sleep over that. Like, how did me and Luka lose?
No.
Well, yeah. There's 8 other guys on the floor.
Yeah.
So you heard what LeBron James had to say. So as I'm listening to those comments, I then began to think about Nikola Jokic, who is unquestionably the best player in the NBA. Unquestionably the best player in the NBA. And if you look at Nikola Jokic's numbers right now, okay, let's look at his regular season numbers. He averaged 29.6 on 57.6% shooting from the field, 41.7% from the three, 80% from the free throw line, while getting you 12.7 rebounds, 1.8 steals, 0.6 blocks, with a plus minus of 8.6. And if you look at his playoff numbers, he's averaging 25 points a game at 9 games on 49% shooting from the field, 44% shooting from three, 71% shooting from the free throw line, getting you 12 rebounds, 9 assists. He is getting you 4 turnovers, but he's getting you 2 steals and 1 block. And I think the last game he had a 40-22 rebound game. So as I'm sitting here listening to LeBron James essentially make excuses for why he can't win, I'm like, Nikola Jokic is exposing this dude. Because what LeBron is essentially saying is that he doesn't have enough help. Although he played with a top 3, top 5 player in the world this year in Luka Doncic, he didn't have enough help. And then I'm sitting here thinking about Nikola Jokic. I'm like, so if you didn't have enough help, how is Nikola Jokic able to do what he's doing? How is he winning games? And then it began to dawn on me, like, this guy's exposing his leg. I heard Paul Pierce saying, I disagree with him. He's saying that Nikola Jokic is having the best prime since Michael Jordan. I think Paul Pierce, well, maybe he needs to go take another long walk after that ridiculous take. But nevertheless, I understand his point. He's a hell of a player. And again, I think I'm like, yo, do you realize Nikola Jokic's first championship, he didn't have an all-star on his roster? Are you aware that Nikola Jokic has never played with an all-star? I want you guys to think about that for a second. Jamal Murray, I don't believe let me see. I don't think Jamal Murray is an all-star. Let me check. Jamal Murray has never made an all-star team. I'm just looking at his career right now. Let me see. Yeah. He's never made an all-star team. He's won a championship. He made the all-NBA second team, rookie team. That's it. And that's his second best player. And he's streaky. He can be really, really good, but he can also disappear. So Nikola Jokic's second best player has never been an all-star. His second best player. So how is it possible that Nikola Jokic is finding ways to advance in the playoffs, but you can't? I'm like, this is crazy stuff. I mean, one of the reasons I hold Kobe Bryant in such high regard is that he won those 2 back-to-back titles without playing with a top 75 guy. And in the NBA Finals, when he played against the Celtics, he beat 3 top 75 players and 4 All-Stars. 4 Rajon Rondo caliber All-Star caliber players. Rajon Rondo, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. 3 of them are top 75 guys. And his second best player on Kobe's team was Pau Gasol, who was a perennial All-Star, not even a top 75 guy. So I gave Kobe a lot of props for that. But I'm like, hold on. What Nikola Jokic is doing is exposed. Because if LeBron is so great, then why can't he do it? But then I know what they'll say. oh, he's too old. But that doesn't stop him from saying he's a top 5, top 10 player in the world. So which one is it? Is he good or is he not good? Oh, he's only good when he plays well. But if he plays bad, oh, he's old. You see how that works out? So Nikola Jokic, man, y'all definitely need to keep an eye out on that dude.